Hello friends and welcome to Decorate Your Life. This is my 3-tier cake scrapbook tutorial. For this scrapbook tutorial, I will be highlighting the following materials. The Heartfelt Creations Antiquity 12x12 paper pad, the Heartfelt Creations Sparkling Poinsettia dies and cling stamps, the Spellbinders Vines of Passion die, number S2-022, and the Martha Stewart Embroidery Deep Edge Paper Punch. These products are available at J&S Hobbies and Crafts. You will find a link to J&S Hobbies and Crafts in the description area below. I begin my album with 2 pieces of chipboard measuring 8.5 by 11. These will be the covers to my scrapbook. I will also cut 2 pieces of chipboard down to 2 by 8.5 as these will be the ends to my album. Because I don't want to create any unnecessary bulk to my pieces, I will use black craft paint to go over the edges of the chipboard pieces. And I let these dry overnight. I then cut 4 pieces of black cardstock. 2 will measure at 2 by 8.5 and the other 2 at 2 by 11. Then I will score right down the middle. I will be using these pieces of black cardstock to hold my chipboard pieces together, thus creating the album covers. Be sure to use strong double-sided adhesive to connect your pieces together. When connecting your pieces, be sure to leave a little bit of room around the edges. This way your covers will be able to close without a problem. I will then use a piece of 12 by 12 black cardstock to place on top of my top cover. I then proceeded to score an inch on opposite ends of the black cardstock and then nearly an inch on one of the 2 remaining ends. I then cut and taped the corners together as if I were building a box. I apply strong adhesive to the cover, but I won't attach the cardstock as of yet, because now I'm going to work on the inside of my scrapbook. Now for the inside spine, I cut a piece of cardstock approximately 4 by 8.5, and then I scored to the closest area where I think the covers will fold, and then I adhered this piece with strong 2-sided tape. Now, because I'm using rubber cement in conjunction with the double-sided tape, I decided to allow this to dry overnight. I then cut each corresponding piece to the cover, leaving 1/8 of an inch off, and then I glued these pieces into place. pages of this scrapbook album consist of 4 pieces of black cardstock that I cut at 7 3/4 by 10 3/4, and then I scored at 3/8. And then I simply attach each page, one right after the next, with strong double-sided tape. was unsure how much paper I'd have left after working on the other 2 layers of this scrapbook, I decided to hold off on the other side of the pages. However, you will see these decorated at a later part in the video. To make the second tier, you will need a piece of chipboard approximately 8.5 by 7, and then you're going to cover it with black cardstock as if you were making a box. In this step, you will cut it at paper to your cardstock. It's easier to do this step before you adhere the chipboard piece to it. Easiest way for me to make the lids to the boxes. First of all, I square it out on my Martha Stewart scoreboard, or use whatever scoreboard you have. Okay, and then I look to see where the box ends. My box ends almost at 8 3/4. So that tells me that the lid needs to be at 8 3/4, maybe just a little bit over, not too much, because if I go an 1/8 over, the lid's gonna fall here, and I don't know if you can tell. See how much gap there's going to be? I don't want it to be that much of a gap. Okay, I want it to be a nice snug fit, a good snug fit. So that's the distance right there. I don't know if the camera will show that. If I score my lid at 8 3/4. Now, and 1/4. Okay, and over here, let me turn this around. Over here, the box ends at 7 1/4. So that tells me that I need to go slightly, a little bit over, not even to 1/8, because I think 1/8 is probably going to be too much. Or maybe not. We'll see. Okay. So, what did I say it was? 8 3/4 and whatnot. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of 12 by 12 black cardstock from my stash. Okay. And I know that the height is 1.5. So the first thing that I want to do on one side is take care of the height of the box, or the height of the lid. So we're going 1.5, and I hate it when my score tool doesn't, when this little thing, see, it doesn't follow along, it just goes off to the side, say, ah, but okay, there we go. And then I'm going to turn it 45 degrees, and we are going to, is that 45 degrees? No, if I'm turning it, 45, 45, 90, 180, okay, no, excuse me, I'm correct. So now I'm making, now I'm turning it 90 degrees, because I just made a 90-degree angle. Excuse me. Okay. So this is going to be the flaps, first side of the flaps. And we decided that it was, we were going to go at, let me see something, 1.5. Oh, okay, so it looks like this is going to be 1.5 perfectly. See, now that I'm putting, I've just placed my box over here. And if I go 1.5, let me see, how do I do this to show you? 1.5 is going to go right there, but I have that much play. So I'm going to have to go 1/8 of an inch, because this is going to be too tight, too snug. So, for my purposes, my lid is going to go right there. Right there. 1, 2, 3/8. 10 3/8 is going to be my score line for my lid. 10, right here. Okay, so I took care of that. So now, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to see exactly where it needs to fall. It's going to need to fall right there. See, with my ruler, I can tell that it's at 8 3/4, which is what we were saying earlier. But now that I'm placing this on it, and I'm looking to see how much of a give I have when the flaps bend, because remember, we're going 1/8 of an inch. So now I'm going to have to go 1/8 of an inch over. I had originally set it 8 3/4, but now that I place it down, I see that I need to go here. Right here. And I know this is really difficult to see when it's black. Okay, so from here, I need to go 1/2 of an inch, because my flaps are going to be 1/2 of an inch. So the easiest way for me to look is, let's see, 9 to 10, 10 to 10.5, and then go here, and this is going to be my cut line. So, excuse me, an inch right over, so that I can see. That's going to be my cut line. And also here, we have tiny little cut line. See, that's 1.5. We have a tiny, tiny cut line here. I mean, almost insignificant. Okay, and that's 1/8 of an inch. Not even. We're talking tiny, tiny cut line. Okay, let me take care of this cut line first. Now, you may have a better way of doing this, which is more power to you. But this is how I figured it out for me. So, we all gotta do what works best for us. Okay, let me just look at my measurements real quick. Okay, this is the side, right? Yeah, because I had it like so. I just want to make sure that that is the side that, goodness, I need to cut. Let me go back here, because I need to look at it at all angles. Okay. So, okay, that one's right. This one's right. This one's right. And this one, they all appear to be right. Okay. So now we are going to fold. This one appears to be a little bit larger. Let me just take a look. Yes, this is the side that needs to go down almost 1/8. This side right here, because I knew I had a side. Oops. Okay, Sandy, get it together. There we go. Okay. Actually, just a smidgen. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. So we have the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and see if I can. Just don't want it to be too going to be a snug fit. Okay, wonderful. And once again, we are going to cut at the line, right at the line. Okay, and then I'm going to cut a wedge off. See that? You can see that. Just like that. You cut right along the line and then a wedge off. And the reason why you cut the wedge off is because it allows you to place it down without any bother. Let's see. Cut right at the line. And you cut just until the intersection. And we're going to cut a wedge. See that? A wedge. Since the top level is going to hold a gift, I'm going to take a sheet of 12 by 12 black cardstock and score it at 2.5 on the two adjacent sides. And once I have done those marks, I will then count 4.5 inches from the 2.5 score mark. I will now score 2.5 inches from the spot that I have just scored. And this new score mark is going to be my cut line. Once I have made the cut, I will score at 5.5 inches from the 2.5 inch score mark. And from that score mark, I will count 2.5 inches and make my cut mark. For the lid of the third and last tier, I will take another 12 by 12 piece of black cardstock and score it at 2 inches on 2 adjacent sides. Then I pretty much work out the measurements to the lid just like I've done before. And for the decorating of my 3-tier layer scrapbook cake, I will start from the bottom layer and work my way up. And once my laces are in place, I arrange the embellishments from the top, working my way down. Since I have plenty of scrap paper left, I went back to my scrapbook to add photo mats to the other pages. I hope you've enjoyed watching my process to my 3-tier cake scrapbook album tutorial. If you decide to make one of your very own, go ahead and tag me at #DecorateYourLife. That's #decor with the number 8, your life. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? My videos are free! And don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and share. I will see y'all again real soon. Bye now.